Hi, everybody. This is part 2 of the rolled mini album. So, in the part 1, we made the bear mini album. So, now we're going to decorate it. Okay. All right. We're going to start in your kit. You're going to see that you have a bundle that is marked page 1 with an elastic around it. So, you're just going to take that carefully. The other thing you want to be really careful about is there's some magnets in your bag. So, you can take those out also. Could look like this. Could look like this, cut apart. All right, so we're going to open this up to the very first page. So here's page 1. Right here, you take off your, and you're going to miter the corner. Where's my scissors? Okay, so you're just going to trim that off and miter the corner. Okay, and then fold this back on the fold lines, making sure that the angled part is to the right. I'm going to put in my backing here. You can use liquid glue, you can use Suklang tape. I'm using my tape runner, and I'll be also using liquid glue. So I'm putting my mat on, and then this piece, I am going to use liquid glue on it. So I have my pieces folded back, and I'm creating a pocket. I find this little glue holder really handy for projects like this. So I'm just going to put that in and line it up with the edge of the mat, like so. And then I've created a little pocket here that you'll be able to add things to it. Okay. And then we have a little mat that goes on top. This is all Simple Stories paper. And there we go. There's page 1. It's a little pocket. Okay, we're going to go on to page 2. I should show you what this one has a little pull tab that you can put a picture on, and then it goes into this little see-through window. All right. So this is page 2. And there's 2 little circles in here. And there's a piece of black, a red, and one with score lines and an oval cut out. And a piece of acetate. So the first thing we're going to do is add our red mat. Now, because this is recorded, oh, great. Because this is recorded, you can stop it at any time. Well, that's not working. There we go. So you can stop at any time to complete each page, which is nice. Okay, so now I'm going to take my acetate and I'm going to place it over top of here. I'm just going to add some adhesive around it. Okay, and then I'm just going to place that over top. All right. So then it looks like that. All right. I'm now going to miter the corners. And then I'll fold these over and burnish them. On the score lines. So what we're doing is we're creating a window pocket. And it's going to go on like this, leaving about 1/8 of an inch of red around it. Okay. So I'm just leaving a little border of red around it. I'm taking my bone folder, burnishing it down. Now there's a black piece, and the black piece is going to slide in here like that. But we need a little pull tab. So what we're going to do is I am going to just glue these little circles in the center at the top. So I'm just putting it like that. And then I'll add this one on top. And there we have a little pull tab. See that? And that just slips right in there for our picture. And then you can just pull it like that. All right. Now we'll go on to number 3. Number 3 is a pocket. Looks like this. So there's a little pocket there. This is number 3. Everything is labeled, so it's pretty easy to do. Now, this one, you'll have a full page, I believe. This one, I just have a third missing. So I'm just putting that on the back. Like I said, yours will come right to the bottom. Now I'm going to create my pocket. We should be experts at this by now. So I'm cutting on those where the score lines intersect. And then I'm just folding on the score lines and giving it a good burnish. There we go. I'll add my liquid glue. Put that on. Burnish it. I always like to burnish. Spreads the glue. And then we have this mat. So we'll just add the mat. And there's page 3. At any time, you can just stop to catch up. On to 4. Now 4 is in 2 parts. I'll show you why. This is page 4. It has a little magnet here. And then it opens like this. So we have little doors. Okay. So we'll start with, there's 2 pages. One says inside page 4, one says outside page 4. So we're going to start with the outside page 4. Okay. Now you have 2 of these side panels, and they just have a score line on one side. So we're just going to fold those in. And this is going to create the gatefold part. So I'm just going to add some glue. And this is going to go right along the left side, even with the top. And then this one is going to go on the right side, even at the top and the bottom. Now this one's hanging over a bit, so I am going to trim it. So I'll just get my scissors and trim that off. I'm just going to flip this over. You can see where it's hanging over there, so we just need to trim that off. You could do that after. I'm just doing it now while I remember. So when you close it, you're going to close the right side, and then you're going to close the left. Continuing on with the front, we have these two panels here, these two mats. So we're going to put those on. There we go. Now that everyone is starting to travel again, you can use this album, or you can use it for trips that you went on prior. Okay, so it looks like that. And then we're going to add this little front piece here. Now we're not gluing the whole thing on because we want to be able to flip this, but I will glue on my mat. It says Going Places. I'm leaving just a little tiny border on that. Okay. And what you can do, if you're constantly using this glue for the whole project, you can pull this little piece off, and then it's not always getting in the way. And then I just plop it in my little container, my little glue stand, and it works perfect. Okay, so now I am going to just glue this part on and center it. Okay, now we're going to open it up. All right, now I have got magnets here. Now I could have put my magnet here. I'm going to end up putting it here because I already glued that on, but that's okay. Should still work. But putting your magnet there makes more sense. Okay, so I am going to put mine right here, which is fine. And then I will put this one here, because then it'll catch on there. I'm just going to get a glue dot. Okay, and then I'm just going to close that up. Picks it up, and there we go. All right, now we're going to do the inside. So let's get our inside pages. So inside page 4. So we can add our backing. You can choose whatever side you want. There we go. And then these two pieces are going to go on each side, and that will cover up the magnet. So I think what I would do is I would be watching how I do the page and then pause it and then do the page. I think that's the easiest way to do it. Just put that on. And then we have this piece right here. I'm just going to put that on. And this is just going directly on top of the black mat that was there. And then it still closes. And then this one is going to go on here. And there we go. Closes up like that. Flips open like this. Page 4. Now we're on to page 5. Page 5 is a side pocket right here. And we will create that. Page 5. So I think the first thing we'll do is we will glue on this side piece. I'm going to glue this to the right of my page 5. Just leaving an ever so small border there. Okay. And then we have a pocket. All right. So we know the drill here. Miter the corners. Take our bone folder. There we go. Now the opening is to the right. Okay, so I'm going to put my glue on here. And this is going to the left, like so. And then we have this little mat that's going on the front. It goes together very quickly when everything's cut for you. Okay, so there's our pocket that you can slip something into. So that was 5. Now we're on to page 6. Page 6 has this little overlap piece here that you can slide something in under it. So we'll create that. And it says page 6. So this one we'll glue on the back mat. Then there's a piece of black here that has a 1/2 inch score line at the top and a 1/2 inch score line at the bottom. So what we're going to do is we're going to attach that to the middle of our page 6. There we go. So you can slide something under there. I'll give it a burnish. And add our mat. And there we go. Okay, so we have 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now we are going to flip it over. So we're just going to flip this over all the way over. Okay. And of course it can roll this way, so we can keep these out of the way. So this is the back of this. Let me see here. That is the back of that. So that's page 6. So this one is page 7. Okay, so you've got that. So this, oops, it looks like that. And then I flipped it over. So on the back of this is page 6. Now we're doing page 7. Here's page 7. We've done a similar one. Same one actually. Some of the paper is different. So I'm just going to put this mat on here, leaving a little border. And then this pocket, the diagonal cutting goes to the right. So I'm just going to miter that one corner where the score lines meet. And we'll put our glue on here. And just attach this in place. I'm going to leave a little border there just so you can see some of that stripe. Okay, and this is page 7. So we're just adding this little mat. And there we go. Page 7. Now we're on to page 8. 8 is exactly the same as we did for 6. So we do that middle strip. So we'll just glue this on. Put it the right way. Okay. Now this has a 1/2 inch section at the top and a 1/2 inch section at the bottom. I'll just burnish those. I'm going to apply the glue on each of those sections and then put it right in the middle of this page to create that little band, whoops, that you can slip something under. On top of it, we have another mat. And it goes like that. All right. Moving right along. Stopping anytime you want. So that was page 8. Now we're going to be doing page 9. Alrighty, so here's page 9. Let's see what page 9 is. Page 9 is a front pocket again. So that's easy. So let's glue this on. paper is great. Nice and colorful. We got a pocket. Miter those corners. This has a top opening on it. Just burnish those sides in. Add your glue. And place this at the bottom. Burnish it. And then you can add the front mat. And there you go. There's your pocket. And then number 10 is a side pocket again. Page 10. And put down our mat. You can stop and start. Pause. Complete each page. Another pocket, so miter the corners. Fold them over and burnish. Apply your glue. I think glue works great, actually, for this. And then we have a nice mat here. You can add any ephemera that you want, or if you save different things from your trip, like tickets or subway tickets, concert tickets. You can add those on the front. All right, now this last page here, we have 2 blanks. This is the back of the album. This is the front of the album. So I'm just going to fold this up, okay? So I flipped it over, and where it has just the 2 channels, then you just fold it. And then the 3 channels, the 4 channels, the 5 channels, the 6 channels. And then we have the back and the front. Okay, and that's where these are. Now, this is in your kit. There is a 12 by 12 piece of paper, and that's where this is cut from. You can use the other 12 by 12 or the other 4 by 6s to add throughout your album. All right. Okay, so this is the mat for the front. So I'm going to add that. All right, and then this one I'll add. And then this one. Now, if you wanted, you could add foam tape to the back of this to give it some dimension. I'm just putting it on as is. Okay, now I'm just going to flip it over and add this to the back. So as you can see, it's extremely easy to put together. Everything is labeled for you. And there we have our completed album. 1, 2, 3, pocket, 4, opens up like this, 5, a pocket, or sorry, 5, a side pocket, 6, a pocket, and then we flip it over, 7, 8, 9, 10, and the back. So there you go. A great little mini album and endless possibilities with different papers. Thanks for joining me, and I hope you enjoy adding your pictures. Bye-bye.